friend. This is Tree of thoughtbythought.net. I am going to spontaneously poem while putting on hair color to cover up my roots, which are very gray, with some ideas about being true to our heart and allowing what we hear have its say. Sometimes what appears in its visible state feels harder to achieve if we allow ourselves believe in I can't. I used to think I could never do that much on my own because I feared that I would feel completely alone. And I remember in my early 20s, I applied for a membership, which I was denied. And at that moment, that feeling of failure was so huge. All of my dreams, everything I wanted to pursue seemed unable, and I didn't know what to do. And this yearning within me had always been go west. I guess it was because of back then the seeming unknown was a location at best. So in order to deal with the fear of rejection, I hopped in my car and headed west on a road trip. I didn't have a destination in mind. In fact, no matter how far I got, any destination would be just fine, so I thought, because I just wanted to prove I could do it. That rejection of not being accepted had really hurt me to the core. So I rolled up my sleeves and I just said, what do I know I can do for sure? But there was fear the second I tried to get in my car and go west. And I felt I was lying to myself. By the time I got to Texas, I was panicked. I had made it that far, Miami to Dallas, I think in a matter of 24 hours. And my sister was in Dallas, and I landed on her doorstep, and I begged for an answer of what to do with my mess. Well, she couldn't tell me, of course, even though she loved me. She was already enrolled in her corporate life journey. And I sought a lot of answers, and I read a lot of books, and I tried very hard to make sense of my now. But the only thing that worked was prayer. Because on the surface, the sort of gray hairs that were appearing were saying, I'm a mess. I had felt rejected. I had felt denied of a life dream and the ability to pursue it. And even though prayer gave me the strength to look at my then and say, Lovey, you're not a mistake, it would take several years before I'd realize that fact. And yet, if I look back, what helped me so much was to face that fear and not deny it, but rather understand what it was trying to make me believe. So I want to wrap this up because it's kind of going on and on. The way any of us can truly sing our song is to take whatever is making you feel like rejection, or making you feel like a failure, or making you feel like you have no direction. That itself is the lie, in fact. We're never separated from love itself. And love is wanting each one of us to be true to our hearts and evolve our we. And there's no map for that. There's only the listening within. So friend, wherever this finds you, face that rejection head on. I promise. That's the only way you'll win. Till soon, it's Tree. thoughtbythought.net.